Yeah, so let's get started. And again, as I told while doing the introduction, still some more people can join and then we can get started. So welcome everybody. Today we will have two QA and test automation related talks. Kailash and Pratik will be with us. But first of all, let it again do our introduction and let's share our social channels. So you can follow our event on our meetup group, and generally we record our talks, and you can watch the recorded videos on our YouTube channel. And we have an X for the announcements and for the media or material about the past events. And we have a Slack channel. And please join it because if you have questions and if we don't have time to answer all of them, you can do the follow-up Q&A session on Slack. I believe both Kailash and Pratik are there, so I hope they will be available to answer your questions on our Slack channel. So please feel free to take screenshot and then you can join later. And one more announcement, we are organizing a conference, international conference in Tokyo. It will be an on-site event. It will be in downtown Tokyo and it will be in November 15th. We will have several speakers coming from different countries, different areas, and we will cover diverse topics, mostly related to machine learning, LLM, test automation, novel approaches. So either you speak English or Japanese, feel free to join because we will have simultaneous interpretation. So these are some of the speakers. You might know Kosuke, he is the creator of Jenkins. He will be coming from the US. Sinyat is one of the senior managers from Fujitsu. Barish is an international keynote speaker. So there are many more. Please visit our website. I left the QR code. So you can visit our website by scanning the QR code. So after these announcements, let's do a warm-up and icebreaker session. So we have a Slido, and we will use this for the icebreaker and for the Q&A session too. So please share your questions, and we will try to cover all questions shared on Slido. So let me start a poll, and if I find it. Okay, I will start a poll. I was looked at, okay. Yes, so the first question is, which city or where are you joining from? So let me change my screen here. All right, we already have Tokyo, USA. Turkey, Osaka, Hyderabad. All right, we have a quite diverse audience today. Alrighty, next question. Which company or industry are you working for? Automotive industry. Software as a service, looking for a job. Payments industry, cool. Mercari, yes. Real estate, again, very diverse industries and companies. All right, and next question is very valuable for us because we try to plan our event according to this feedback. Which topics you want to see in the next events? AI testing is a very popular topic. AI testing and testing with AI. These topics are very popular. Vue.js, E2E testing, leveraging generative AI in QA. All right, this means most of people are already logged into the Slido. So again, please remember, we will use the same Slido link for the questions. And I'll remind that during the talks. But I believe we are ready for our first talk, which will be given by Kailash. Are you ready?
Yeah, sir.
All right, so I'll leave the stage to you.
So let me share my screen. So am I audible? So can you give me the thumbs up?
Yes.
Am I audible? Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, guys. So first of all, welcome. So thanks for your time, for giving this your time. So I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whatever location you are joining. So, and I want to say thanks to JTC, Japan Testing Community, to giving me this opportunity, and especially to give to thank big thanks to Misu to giving me this opportunity. So today topic is very actually exciting topic. She's on Playwright actually. So you can see nowadays there are so many tools in the market, but right now what from the last few years what we are seeing Playwright and Cypress, they are leading to the market, but it doesn't mean other tools are not good. So it totally depend upon the your requirement, mainly your client requirement, I would say, because ultimately client is the guy who is paying you, right? So if clients say okay, you have to do in Selenium, then we have to do in Selenium. If they say we have to do in Playwright, then we have to do in Playwright, and otherwise whatever the tool they will do, we have to work. Even if they say, okay, my requirement fulfill Kailash, my requirement will fulfill with the QTP, then we have to go with the QTP also, right? So totally depend upon the client. Right? So this is the agenda today. So I do not want to directly jump to the API automation and mocking API. That is the topic for today. But before that, because it might be possible, few of the folks are new in Playwright or even in Cypress. So I want to just give the context before moving directly to the API automation and mocking the API. So I will just give you the introduction of the Playwright and what is the difference between basically architecture wise in Cypress and Playwright. Then what are the features that Playwright have, which are the kind of game changer actually I would say, right? And then I will give the overview of the API automation and how can we mock the API, and finally I will explain some of the best practices of the Playwright. So this is me. So myself Kailash. So I'm a tester like you all. So I started my career almost 15 years back. So I started with manual testing, and then I worked on QTP, then worked on few months in test complete, and then moved to the Selenium. I worked almost 5 to 6 years in Selenium. And from last 4 to 5 years, I'm mainly working in Cyprus, and last 2 years, I'm working in the Playwright actually. So this is all about me. And in the free time, I love to write the blogs, and I love to do something for the community, right? So like to give the conference, webinar, and workshop. So this is kind of my hobby also. So let's start with the introduction to the Playwright. So I hope my slide is, I mean, clear and everything. I'm audible, right? Right, Mr. Pathak?
Yep.
Okay, great. So introduction to Playwright. So Playwright come into the market in Jan 2022. So before Playwright, I think mainly the Cypress was in the market. So normally when new tools come into the market, then definitely they have some edge, right? So they have some definitely they have some great features and all. But what we see here in Playwright, that is the thing that basically I want to point here. They are using basically multiple client libraries, or you can say languages. They are supporting multiple languages, right? That is the one of the advantage over Cypress here. So they are Cypress, the support only TypeScript and JavaScript, but Playwright here support almost most of the languages that's supported by Selenium, like TypeScript, JavaScript, .NET, Java, and Python, right? Yes. So before moving to that in detail about the Playwright feature and all, I want to just give kind of brief about this how the Cypress architecture work and how the Playwright architecture works, so that we can just know, okay, why Playwright is so popular or why Playwright is so fast. So if you see, this is the diagram I have taken from the Google. So if you see in the Cypress architecture here, so this is the web, this is my operating system where I writing my code. So in the here we have a node server, and it using the proxy server we are communicating with the browser. And good thing about Cypress is in Cypress we have everything in the browser. We have code, Cypress code inside the browser, and in this guy basically this open in one iframe. When if you work with the Cypress, so if you when you run your test cases, it open the Cypress runner, right? So Cypress runner, if you have noticed down, it open in the iframe actually, right? And in good thing about Cypress was that, as I mentioned, because code is inside the browser, so I can easily access DOM, I can easily access window, I can easily access local storage, I can easily access the cookies and all. So this is the good thing about the Cypress. That is also one of the reason we can do the API automation and all this other stuff with the Cypress, and it also make it fast compared to, I would say, the other tools. But yes, so here all the point I have mentioned in Cypress, all the command executed inside the browser, right? And they Cypress use the WebSocket protocol, and as I mentioned, because the Cypress code is inside the browser, so we can easily access the DOM and dev tools, local storage, and network layer. And if you compare this with the Playwright, and if you see the Playwright architecture, so it bit different with the Cypress. In the left side, you can see all the libraries we have, like JavaScript and Java, and they communicate with the node server with the help of WebSocket protocol. And the difference between Cypress and Playwright architecture is, if you see, notice down in the right side, browser is outside the basically node server, right? So and how we communicate, Playwright server communicate with the browser using the CDP, Chromium Dev Protocol. And Playwright use CDP for the Chrome browser, and for other browser like Firefox and Safari, it use similar type of protocol. And CDP is a very fast protocol, and with the help of CDP, in Playwright, we can easily access our network layer like we do in Cypress, network layer or cookies or session storage, whatever we want, we can easily access in the Playwrights with the help of this CDP protocol. So this is the major, and WebSocket connection, definitely, because and WebSocket connection, I think you guys know, it's a bidirectional protocol. So once the connection is established between the client and server, it will remain intact until unless either of the parties say, okay, I want to terminate, I want to end my game actually, right? So this is the one of the difference in, I would say, Playwright or Cypress architecture. So Cypress architecture understanding here is Cypress operate in the same environment as I already explained. Testing the code and browser itself are closely tied together, and directly control over the browser provide fast and reliable testing. But at the same time, there is a kind of, you can say, drawback also. However, as mentioned here, because Cypress run within the browser processor, it can potentially impact the performance of the application under the test, because everything in single plate, you can assume like that, like when we go for a dinner, suppose when we are in a dinner table, suppose in a plate I have four dishes, right? So in a plate, I keep all the four items in a single plate, or I have keep all the four items outside the plates. You can understand like that actually. Cypress architecture or Playwright architecture, you can understand like that. So definitely, if the all the thing in a single plate, definitely there's an advantage. I can access if I tell with respect to the Cypress. we can access the network layer and, as I mentioned, local storage and all. But at the same time, there might be performance issue because same resources are used by my four, basically, as I mentioned, like my all the resources use the same. I mean, all like browser and code because in the same plate, so they are using the same resources. It might be possible, like the performance might be down, right? But this in case of Playwright, if you see here, it use the CDP protocol to communicate with the browser, and the separation, because the browser code is different in different plate, my browser in different plate, right? So the separation reduce the risk of performance impact on the application under test, as the testing code and browser do not directly interface to each other resources. In case of Cypress, we are using the same resources to access all the things. But here in Playwright, for every we have different resources. So what this is one of the reason the performance of the Playwright actually is good compared to the Cypress. Let's move to the next slide. So you can see here the NPM trend also. So in the graph, you can see Playwright is basically last one. This is the latest graph that I have mentioned here. So if you compare Cypress, Playwright, and Selenium, so Playwright is definitely edge over the Cypress and Selenium.
Is Selenium 0?
Sorry,
Is Selenium 0?
Selenium is here. Here is the Selenium.
Almost 0, right?
Yeah, almost 0. Yeah. But we can't say almost 0. It might be possible, Misut. So if you, because we do the comparison, so people that, as I think Pratik also mentioned, in India actually, I'm not sure other country also, people are still using the Selenium. So we can't say people are not using Selenium or not. So it totally depends actually, project to project, client to client, right? So we
Or
can't say
one
because
other reason might be you said it is mostly used with Java instead of
Java, yeah,
JavaScript, right?
yeah.
Maybe they are not
Yep.
installing by npm.
Right. And the reason is because normally people come into the market with the Selenium Java background. Mostly people, not all, mostly people, and they like to love they love to write the code in Java actually, right? So if because Cypress not support the Java, so but Playwright support, so that might be one of the reason. Some of the Playwright feature, Playwright is awesome. Even I am using in my project. So cross browser, Chromium, we can use WebKit with Firefox, cross platform with Windows, Linux, Mac, cross language. Playwright API and language, as I already mentioned, it support the TypeScript, JavaScript, Python, and Java. And there is some another feature I will demonstrate actually. Playwright Inspector is one of the good feature. Tracer view is also there. Auto wait and browser context. I love browser context actually. This is one of the great features. So setup is very easy. Even I try in my system, it will take. So if there are two methods to install the Playwright, one is doing the basically command prompt. You can write this npm init or yarn create uh, Playwright. Though it will install the Playwright in hardly 7 to 8. It takes 7 to 8 seconds. And good thing about Playwright is you don't need to create like if they by default support the GitHub action actually, right? So during the installation, they ask actually you want to create the YAML file for the so GitHub action basically when we want to run our test cases in the CI/CD pipeline. So we have to do some configuration in the YAML file where we mention all the steps and all what we want to store on which browser we want to store from where and all. We have to give all the steps in the YAML file. So this Playwright support by default. And in the right side, this is other method where just type install Playwright, it will start installing that. So let's see some amazing feature of the features of the Playwright. So before going to this feature, I want to just showcase the UI, how Playwright look, because it might be possible few of the folks are here new. So once you install your Playwright, and so it will look like that, right? So you see here, please ignore this temp folder. So once you install, it will install this GitHub YAML file here. So you can update as per your requirement, as per CI/CD, whatever you want to set up. And this is a playwright config.js file where you can mention all the browser, in which browser you want to write. Right now, I am executing only in Chrome browser. So by default, it supports Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit. And it's their test cases. When you run your test cases, they are executed in parallel. This is the good thing about the Playwright. In case of Cypress, you have to done some kind of setup here, but here in Playwright, you don't need to worry about that. It will run all the test cases. When you run your test cases, and if you enable these three flags for Chromium, for Firefox, and WebKit, they will start automatically executing. Right? Package.json is simple, so it's for the dependency, right? And so, and by default, all the test cases will normally be create here in test folder. But yes, if you want to some another folder, you can just update here in the, I mean, in this config file. So totally depend. Like in line number 15, I have given my test directory to test. If you have some another directory, you can just give the path here, and it will automatically pick the test cases from this directory, right? And these are the other setting for the CI/CD and other setting are there, and these are for the mobile. Suppose you want to check your responsiveness in different viewport, you want to test your application, you can just enable these values, I mean these setting, and you can easily test your application in the viewport, different viewport actually, in iPad, in iPhone, or it totally depend on you what on which device you want. You have to just give the device here. You can see here in line number 61 we have given the device, same for 65 we have given here. So this is the basically high level of, you can say, framework of the Playwright. This come by default when you install the Playwright. You have to just once you install, you have to just create your test cases. If you are totally new, just come here and just create here new test cases, new file, give some name, and it will start basically. So here the one of the sample example here, right? This is the library that we have to import, and this is the simple example here. And in one thing that we have to, when we do coding in Playwright, we have to add the await or async actually, right, to resolve the promises and all. So because it's asynchronous, right? So to make the synchronous, so we have to add await again each of the command. If you will not add await, then it will definitely give the error. So this is the one thing that we have to keep in mind. And this way you can write multiple test cases, test one, test two, whatever. And normally in Cypress, if you see, and if you have worked in Cypress, they start with it block. Like in Cypress, we have it block. But in Playwright, we have test actually, right? So this way you can give basically your test cases here, and you can, whatever that you want to, you can mention. Okay, let's move to the some of the great feature of the Cypress. So one of the best feature that I really love is the browser context actually. So what is browser context? We have to understand. Let me give an example. Suppose I am an admin and I want to give Misud on particular file or particular feature. I want to give, suppose, Misud edit or delete, right? And to Pratik, I want to give only edit, right? So if I have to do the automation of this thing, how I will do? First, I will log in with the admin. I will give Misut, I will go to the particular file on which I want to give the access. I will click on this, and then I will give access to edit or delete, right, to Misut. Then I log out, right? And then, sorry, then, yeah, again, at the same time, I will give to the, I mean, Pratik, I will give only edit, right? And after that, suppose I want to make sure, or Masood want to make sure he has a correct right or not, he had to log in with his credential, and then he can check, okay, I have edit or delete right only. And same way, Pratik can check, okay, I have only edit right. But in Playwright, what we can do using the single browser instance, you don't need to launch multiple browsers. Using single browser instance, you can create multiple contexts. Suppose this is the Misut here. Misut give us right. Misut login. He give the right. Now Pratik come. Pratik check his right. Suppose I am the admin. I have given the right to Misut and Pratik. Now Misut login here. He check. Okay, I have edit or delete right. Now then Pratik login here on edit right. So you don't need to. I mean to say you don't need to open browser again and again, or using the single instance of the browser. You can create multiple contexts. Let me give an example. So just Yeah, here it is the browser context. Okay, so if you see here in line number 2, I have created one instance of the browser, and line number 5, I have created first context. What it will do using single browser, I will launch. I will showcase you, right? So first context, what it will do, it will open this side and it will log in with this guy. Second context, this side will open. In third context, I am logging this and I'm logging with this guy. Okay, but in actual, if we do not have the context concept, then what I have to do, I have to log in with first guy, then I have to logged out, then I have to log in with second, then logged out. But here, using the concept of browser context, we can do very easily, right? So we have to write this command. Just a minute. Let me run it in headed mode. Submit. So I have to run this command here, and what it will do, it will open three single browser instance, but yes. And all the three contexts will open in incognito mode. That is a good thing. So no one is interfering to each other tasks. Suppose I logged in, even I can log in with the same login credential with the, if in real, if I logged in with the same credential in the two browser or in the, so it will, what it will do, it will share our, I mean, you can see it will share the resources, or you can see it will say, suppose let me give an example. Suppose this guy is logged in, John. Okay, and I try to log in again with this guy. Suppose with Peter, suppose the other guy is Peter, one guy is John. If I try to log in with the Peter, when we do not have the context concept, then what it will do, it will not logged in with the John. It will remain in the Peter because they are sharing the session here. But using the browser context, you can see here the John is the one guy here, right? Here you can see the Peter, the other guy, same website. Okay. And this is the another guy. So single instance, I have opened the single instance. And if you see here, it's open in the incognito mode here. Single instance, single browser instance, and I am working parallelly in the three websites actually. This is the beauty of the browser context, right? So you don't need to launch the browser again and again. You have a single instance, you have three contexts, and in third context, you are doing different work. In one website, you are logged in another website, you are doing some verification in home page. In another, same, even you can do for the same website also, right? So you do not need to launch again and again. At the same time, parallelly, you are working in the, using a single browser instance, you are working in the multiple browsers, multiple contexts. So this is the one thing that I really love about this. This is the one of the feature. And another feature that they have is shading. There is a shading concept here in Playwright. Shading concept is nothing but shading. In shading concept, what we'll do, we will basically run our test cases. Suppose we have a 19 test cases, right? Suppose, let me give an example so that you can understand. Suppose, first of all, what is shading? Shading is a way to basically divide our test cases. We have a, suppose we have a collection of tests, we have 50 test cases. I want to divide into different machines, right? So this is the concept here, basically introduced by the Playwright, which we say sharding. So suppose I have a 19 test cases and I have three shade. When I say three shade, you can assume like three machine kind of thing. You can assume like. So what will happen? What it will do, it will divide my test cases. I have three shaded. It will divide my test cases in three machine. In first machine, 6 test case, second machine, 6 test case, in last machine, 7 test case. This way this will do. And how we will configure this? Using our git YAML file. So if you see in line number 14, I have given here three shaded here. So whatever the test case I have in my test folder, what it will do, it will divide these test cases into the three machines actually, and they are working parallelly each other. And so this way our performance is definitely going to be improved actually. I hope, Mr. I am not fast going slowly, right?
I think it's okay.
Okay. Okay, so now let's come to the next feature. This is one of the amazing feature also, code gen, playwright inspector and tracer view. This is the another feature basically that they have. So let me quickly, code gen is nothing but just you can say like I want to generate the code, right? By some whatever the action I am performing, the Playwright will what will do. But in the backend, Playwright will generate the code. So let me quickly demo this. So let me run this. So I have run this command. So npx playwright. So this is the command. And let me show again. So that this is the command here, npx codegen, and then you can give the URL on which you want to basically record the action, your action. Like here you can see it has opened this browser and it already basically it opened this URL here. And if you see here, there are so many things here, right? So first of all, you can observe here, we can get the our locator from here, right? And another thing in the top right side, in the you can see here, there is a assertion or let me quickly show you. Just a minute. Yeah, this is for the assertion. Suppose I want to put one assertion. So what I will do, I will click on this, and suppose I want to verify in this page new customer. Okay, so you can see here it will already automatically recorded. Expect this new customer should be visible. Okay. Another thing that we can do, like suppose I want to assert some text, right? It's also a assertion. So it will work differently. So I click on this, then I click on suppose here returning customer. So it will assert this. And if you click on this green check icon, it will automatically here insert an assertion. So this is the beauty actually of the Playwright actually. And at the same time, you can record the thing actually, and you can put the assertion. So this is really actually, I mean, the good feature of the, I would say, of the, right? And you can also assert value. Suppose in sometime I want to verify like some quantity or something I want to verify, then I can do, I want to put assertion on the base of some quantity or something, I can do with the help of this assertion. Okay. And this is for the locator. Suppose I want to get this locator. So you can see here, I get this locator. I want to suppose I need the locator of this guy. Suppose login. I will click on this icon here and I will click on here and then it will give me the locator and you can use directly in your code here. Right. So this is the, I mean, for at least for the beginner, this is the good, I would say good thing actually that Playwright have provided so that we can use it. Right. Another thing that I want to, let me quickly, UI mode.
Sorry, Kailash, there's a question in the chat. You wanna answer that now or maybe at the end?
At the end, I can. This is the another feature. Suppose I have run this guy, okay, and if you see here, okay, it will logged in, and my test case is pass. Okay, so this is the kind of, you can say, debugging kind of thing where I mean this interface that Playwright given to us is, we call it trace view. Okay, so there are, so apart from the trace view, there are so many things here. First of all, you can move in this command. Suppose I want to debug this feature basically for the debugging purpose, right? Suppose I want to go here from, I want to see, okay, when what the value I enter in the password, right? And when I hover here, so this way we can hover. And apart from that, in the top side, you can see every millisecond basically what my application, how my application is performing and whatever the action I have done. So if you see here, I have entered here the password, right? So you can basically, I mean to say, these are kind of debugging purpose actually, right? So you can debug with this trace view. Apart from that, there is one more interface here in the bottom. You can see here locator, you can see source, calls, log, right? Errors. If there is any console error, you can see network, you can see. So everything in single plate, I would say, right? So if you want to observe some network response and all, you can check here, right? So with the help of this trace view or this interface that we Playwright provides, so you can everything you can, I mean, this is really helpful for the debugging purpose. And yeah, this is that basically this is all about this feature. Now quickly move to the next feature. Okay, now come to the API automation. So this is the basically one of the thing basically is Playwright support. So normally in the we have 3-layer client, server, and database, right? And when the client do any request, so it go to the server and we got the response, right? And whatever the response we got, it will come to the presentation layer, and in the backend it will might be this guy might be picked from some database or might be some third party server, something like that, right? So, and where we do our API automation, we will do our API automation here in the business layer actually. And this is our presentation layer. And here I have mentioned like API automation in Playwright involve the leveraging the Playwright framework to automate the API, right? While Playwright primarily not for end-to-end testing, but you can do for the API also, automation also. So all the CRUD operation you can perform with the help of Playwright, get, post, put, and delete, right? And you can validate your responses, you can validate the status code, everything you can do basically in API automation with the help of Playwright, right? So this is the kind of, you can say, best practices basically in what the problem normally we face in UI automation basically, right? So we have a frequently update come in UI automation, right? Frequently change from the developer, sometimes false positive result, right? Sometimes UI take longer time, sometimes UI is become complex and fragile. So do API automation first, if possible, right? And even if you see some of the stats from the, I picked from the site. So first of all, the advantage of using the API automation, lower maintenance cost definitely, because, and we can quickly do the, with compared to UI automation, we can do the API automation very fast. And if we have done API automation first, so it's now the matter of, because ultimately data is coming with the help of APIs, right? So if our API is, if we have tested our API properly and thoroughly, then it's a matter of displaying the data in UI. Then we can do with the help of, I mean, we can do easily, right? But if you do API automation, it will definitely take the leverage actually. It will benefit actually, take the benefit. And if you see some of the stats here, this is from the Smart BI. So API testing can reduce testing time by 50%. From Capgemini, company shifted API first development, experienced 20% increase in the release velocity and 25% increase in the defect, right? And some of the real world example, this is from the Netflix. So by switching the API testing, Netflix reduced testing time by 80%. Amazon leveraging the API testing ensures scalability, massive platform. Google utilize API testing to rapidly iterate the release new feature and diverse suite for the web and mobile. So crunch of this basically, I want to say, like, if you do the, if you have a chance, if it's feasible to the automation, API automation first, then we have to prefer actually first. Now, before moving to this mocking API, let me give an example of the API automation here. So let me give just a minute. Okay. So for the API automation is very simple. Same in the test, we have a test folder that I mentioned a few minutes back. We just create specs file, right click and new file, and whatever the file name you want to give, you can give here, and then whatever the name you want to. So if you see here, I have written some of the get post or delete command here. So get is in Cypress, sorry, in Playwright, using basically what the command we use for the API automation, we use request.get actually, right? So this is the command that we use, right? And for post, request.post. Similarly, for the post, put and delete, right? So in this example, if you see here, I have just hit this guy here in line number 7. I am just verifying this status. Okay, so whatever the response I am getting here, and in the next one, what I am doing here, I am just hitting this guy, and then whatever the value basically I'm verifying, like first name should be Janet and Weaver. These are the thing I'm verifying. So I mean to say we can do API automation very easy way in the help of Playwright, right? In the post request, I have given this data, and after and just making sure, like here I am getting in line number 30, I am getting the user ID, right? And after getting and this user ID I am using in my other test case here, right? So let me show you in the, I'm using this user ID somewhere. I think in delete, I think, yeah, this here I'm using this. So line number 30, I'm using in my delete. So put request, post request simple to create a new resource in the DB, right? So we have created this row and then we can verify, right? Same for the post. This is another example of post, like I have given here email and password. And after I'm just verifying the 201 and put just for to update. So if you want to update, so I have to give the ID. So I have given here, okay, the guy having ID 2, please do update that guy with this data. Okay. And for the delete, we have, because we are deleting, we have to give the ID. So here I have given the user ID and it's just deleting and I'm verifying the status. Apart from that, you can also verify other thing, not only status or not this one. It's totally depend upon the audio requirement. You can also with the help of token and all tokenization and also can do with the help of that, right? So I mean to say API automation is also very easy in the Playwright, and you can in the past, basically when we do not have the Playwright and Cypress, we have to use, like in case of Selenium, you have to use REST SEO, right? So, but now in Playwright or Cypress, they are giving us a kind of bundle actually, right? So we can do multiple things with the help of single tool. We can do, like in Cypress, we can do UI automation, API automation, visual testing, and you can accessibility testing. Same way in Playwright, we can do UI automation, we can do mobile responsiveness testing, we can do API automation, we can do visual testing, we can do accessibility testing, everything with a single tool actually. That is the beauty about these tool actually, Playwright or I mean, right? So in the past tool that we have to install so many things, and we have to work on different. For API automation, we have to use another framework and all. But in Playwright or this type of JS framework, basically that the we have right now in the market. So this is the good thing actually. Now quickly move to the next topic, mocking. Mocking is one of the great thing actually that we can do. So so first we need to understand what is mocking actually. Let me give an example before. I will give a very simple example of mocking. So suppose this is the guy here. This is one of the site here. Okay. So if you see here in there is a call there is a get call here. And if you see in the get call in the header, yeah, in the preview, you can see here we are 6 fruits we are displaying here, right? So how mocking can help here actually. Suppose your client say, okay, Kailash or Misut or Pratik, okay, it's fine. 17 record is coming here, but I want, when my website launch to the production, I want to test with 50 record, right? And you don't have any add button here. How you will do? Or I want to test with only one record, or I want to test with when I do not have any record, right? In that in such type of cases, we can take the leverage of the mocking the API. So in the mocking API, what we do normally, we'll just continuously model it. Like I will give an example. Like here I mock this guy fruits. This is the get call here. Let me quickly show you in the code first. Then yeah, let me continue. Yeah. Here you can see, first of all, how we do the mocking actually. Simple. For mocking, like in Cypress, if you guys have worked on Cypress, we have to use cy.intercept, right? But in Playwright, we have to use page.root here. And then we have to give the API endpoint here to which I want to mock actually, right? That I want to intercept, right? So what I did here in line number 4, I am saying, okay, when this guy, I mean this call come into my network call, okay, replace my existing data with these 6, 7, 8, or 9 line numbers. Okay. So what I did here, I am simply observing this get call in my network call, and I keep the data that I want to replay in JSON file here in one JSON variable, and using this fulfill, I am replacing my existing record with these guys actually, Lucoma, Guava, Kiwi, and Peach. Let me quickly show you. So let me run this guy. Yeah. Here you can see. So actual data, what was my actual data initially? When if you see in the website, the actual data was this strawberry, banana, and all these things, right? What I did, I mocked this data with this guy, Lucoma, guava, kiwi, and this guy. Okay. So here you can see the existing data is replaced with this guy. Okay, the Lupuma, Guava, and Kiwi. So this way we can mock our any of the either post call or get call. We can mock any of the call, and we can test the edge cases where we do not sometime we do not because it might be because as I mentioned, suppose we do not have here add button and my client want to check 100 with want to test with 100 record. How I will do? I will simply come. I will mock the API and insert 100 record, right? So right now I have inserted only 4 or 5 records. You can enter here 100 record or 200 record totally. So this way you can check the your UI and all how it behave when we have 100 record and when we don't have any record, right? This is one of the thing mocking. Another scenario for mocking is suppose I want this data remains same. I want to add some more data here. This is the another version of this mocking. So how I will do it? So here in same way, line number 4, I have just intercept this call API version / fruit. So if you see here, this is the this is the call that I am going to basically just intercepting here. So this is the here it is API fruit here. Okay, and then what I did here in response route.fetch, I fetch all the records that are displaying in the UI using the line number 8. Then because I have to add some more data, then what I will do, I will push in the existing like I have pushed the data dragon, apricot, and palm. And finally, I am using a route.fulfill. What it will do, it will combine both the data actually, right? So let me run this test case also. Here you can see in the Rust, dragon fruit, apricot, and palm, these are added. So this way, using the mocking the API, we can test not only these UI, we can test any other scenario also. That these are the some simple example. Another let me run one more scenario here. Let me This is here I also mock the data here. So let me show you in the code first. So I have intercepted this in the let's just a second. Yeah, this is the website, and I want the existing tag will be replaced with this Cypress, Playwright, and Java test community. And for the article, I want here like high QA automation or whatever. So what I did here, same thing. I have just this is the this in line number 4. I have just intercepted and I put whatever the tag I want to replace. I put here and then fulfill. And finally, same for the article because in this website we have two things: an article and article. I replace the article with this guy. So let me quickly show here. Yeah, I think this code already run here. So you can see here, popular tag replaced with the Cypress, Playwright, and Japan test community. Same for the article also. So I have whatever I have mentioned there, like high automation level, whatever I have given in my like this whatever the like username, right? And even I have given the favorite count 1,000 and all, right? So you can see the favorite favorite count 1,000 is coming and the paging also. And here you can see that text is coming Japan test community and username is Kailash Pathak. So it will, I mean to say, it will replace the exit, whatever the data I am getting as a response. I am just overwriting the data. This way, what the benefit of this actually? Benefit of it is that I can test without depending on the my developer actually. Suppose my developer say okay, or from the suppose we do not have any data get data from the client side, right? And I want to test this type of scenario. So mocking will help to test all these type of scenarios. Okay. So this is all actually already explained, right? So route.fetch and route.fulfill, these are two methods basically we use, right? Mainly the pay.route method to intercept the API call, right? And route return a mock response. This means instead of hitting the real API, will return. Similarly, and sometime you might modify mean like I have 10 record, I want to add 5 record more that I showcase in my second example. Instead of mocking the API, we can intercept the route and we will use the route.fetch. First, I will get all the data and then I will append the data using the push command. I showcase you dot push. And then finally route.fulfill will club those all the data actually. Some of the best practices Playwright. These are from their side actually. Not I have not written from my side, but yes, these are the some best practices. So we have to keep the test case isolate possible because as I explained the concept of sharding. So if because in case of sharding, suppose I have the 50 test cases and I have 5 basically 5 machine. So it will pick automatically from the like from the first file it will take 5 in second file second. So I mean to say if we do not keep the our test case isolate from each other, then it might be possible that our test cases fail. So we have to make sure when we create our test case, when we make our test cases, they should be isolated. They should run independently. Every test block should run independently. They have inbuilt locator. That's a good thing about Cypress. Sorry, Playwright. Get by role, get by attribute. There are so many locators we have to use because they will help to execute the test case fast. We have to use the chaining concept and filter concept, right? Use CodeGen, generate locator. We can take the benefit of that. I just showcase you. Suppose if you are a new or if you want to, sometime it happen, we are not able to find that locator, though we have so many plugins right now. But in Playwright, they have given their own kind of plugin. You can say CodeGen, where the code is generated, and also you can take the benefit of Spectre also, where you can get the locator, we can assert the values and all. You can take the benefit of CodeGen or Spectre code. Use parallelism or sharding because this come by default with the Playwright, but using sharding concept, if you introduce sharding in your YAML file, you can take more better, I would say, more parallelism. You can do more parallelism in better way actually. And this way you can make your test case execution fast. Okay, this is all from my side. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Kailash. It was very insightful. I learned a lot. And there are too many questions. Let's try to go
Sure.
as much as we can. So the first one is, you said Playwright does not have to inject extra code like Cypress. What kind of code does Cypress inject?
Actually, when we communicate with the when the Cypress is in Cypress, when we communicate with the DOM, right? When we communicate with DOM or we have to communicate with the session and cookies, then in that case we have to internally we do not see it, but internally what it will do, it will inject the JavaScript through the JavaScript code actually, right? But in case of Playwright, with the help of CDP protocol, right? With the help of CD protocol, we can interact with the DOM, we can interact with the network layer, we can interact with the cookies, and we can interact with the session set.
All right. Next is from Pathak. While selecting between Playwright or Cypress, do we need to check performance as metrics for E2E when we have other tools specifically for testing performance?
Definitely performance is one of the parameter, but I will not go only the performance. We have to also make sure like nowadays, sometimes the application we have iframe, we have shadow DOM, we have some other feature also. So we have to make sure apart from the performance, one of the parameter definitely we have, but we can only not decide on the basis of the performance, right? We have to also make sure, okay, this I am choosing this tool. Is it support this? Is it support this feature or not? That we also have to consider actually.
All right. Next is, based on the browser context explanation, does Playwright support parallel test runs? I think you already answered during the slide, but
yeah. Parallel testing, yes.
okay. Next, what level of programming language skills do you need to have when using the Playwright?
It totally depends actually your background. If you are coming from the Java background, if you are totally new, if you are coming from the Java background, then definitely I would say that you have to go with the Java, right? But if you're a company and if you want to do in Java automation in JavaScript, then definitely you have to do actually like you should basic concept plus the array and basically map and all function. I mean all concept you should have actually, right? and framework designing and all should you should know actually. And definitely we require some level of programming skill, definitely.
Mhm.
We can't say, okay, we know the for loop and if and else and but no, we have to go to the depth actually, right? We have to go in a detail actually, bit detail. I'd say not in much, but yes. If out of 10 you are fine, 4 or 5, I would say at least
Mm.
you can start your
Okay.
journey with JavaScript.
So of course you don't have to be an expert programmer, but you need
Yes.
certain level. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you even showed the record and play, right? I don't remember the name of the feature, but you can
Code
just
gen, code gen,
gen
code
a
gen,
code
code gen,
generate
code
the
gen,
code, right?
code, code.
So
Code.
even if you don't know anything, you can
Yeah,
generate some code.
we can use the code. Like in Cypress, if the guy has used Cypress, they have Cypress Studio. Same here in Playwright, we have code gen.
Oh, okay. They are the same features.
Kind of same feature, but CodeGen is much better actually because we in CodeGen we can do the assertions also. If I showcase in my demo,
Okay.
right? We can put the assertions also.
What was the name of the feature for Cypress?
Cypress Studio.
Cypress Studio. Okay. Cool, cool. All right. We are learning a lot today. And next is, does Playwright support cross-origin testing on different domains?
Cross origin definitely it will support, but be frank, I have never tried, but yeah, it support cross origin.
Mhm. Okay. I think I had tried this. It works.
Yeah.
And Cypress business model seems to be charging customers with Cypress Cloud.
Yes, yes, yes.
What is
Agree.
Playwright as a project business model? How does it make money?
I don't know because it's a brand, Microsoft, right?
Hmm.
And because I don't know how they are earning, I mean, how they getting the money from the people who are using the Playwright.
Hmm.
But I think that because it's a behind because it's a big brand actually big brand project, right? They play, I mean, the Microsoft and definitely they are that actually that the I'm not the correct, I can't give the correct answer of this, but definitely because it might be possible they are getting through some ad or something.
Hmm.
I'm not sure about that actually, be
Mhm.
frank.
Okay.
Right, but yeah, but in Cyprus we have they are running to the Cypress cloud. Yeah,
Yes.
totally
Yes,
agree with
that's
that.
paid. Yes. All right. Next, do you have any examples to show how
Mhm.
easy or hard it is to automate testing that includes authentication, like Google sign in or Apple sign in?
Okay, Google sign in and Apple sign in
How easy is it to automate authentication
using Playwright, right?
using Playwright?
Yeah, using Playwright. Actually, be frank, I have not in my project because even I am using
Mhm.
from last 1.5 year. I have never tried, but
Mhm.
people are using Playwright for authentication using Google authentication. I can
Mhm.
share I mean, some of the blog with them and the guy. Uh,
Okay.
he can, yeah, he can just ping me in the LinkedIn. I will help. But
Okay.
yeah, people are doing authentication, Google authentication and other authentication with the help of
Okay.
Playwright. Yeah.
But this is an interesting topic, so please join our Slack. Then we can do a
Yeah,
follow-up
yeah, yeah,
discussion.
yeah. In Slack, I can please just ping me in Slack. I will help there, and I will share that some of the blog there where we
Mhm.
can how can leverage the Playwright for the authentication. I will
Okay.
share with them. Yeah,
If anyone has such an experience, please let us know, and then we can discuss more.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. Next, how can Playwright code gen know that I want an expect command, like expecting something to equal something else?
Yeah, actually, it's their internal function actually, because if you see there when during a demo, I showcase you when you run that command code gen and website site, then it will open the interface. And they have three type of assertion like text, like value, and there is another assertion, one more assertion value, I think. Yeah. So when you click on that particular icon and when you click on the guy which you want to make sure is visible or not, how it internally work, I do not know, but yes, it will give the same command that we normally basically write in our code actually. Not when we are not using our actually when we are not using any code gen, when we write, we have to put the assertion to a particular field or particular value, we will follow the same pattern.
Mhm.
And Playwright have given this feature to us Suppose if you are a new and you want to see how the assessment will put there, and you can take the benefit of the leverage of these features. But how internally they work, that I don't know actually how basically how it's doing actually. But yes, we with the help of CodeGen, we can record, we can put the assessment, we can do actually. Yeah.
Okay. Next, what is Playwright's retry policy and how does it work?
Playwright, sorry.
Retry when the test
Playwright,
fails.
yeah, be frank, I never try the retry because I never need actually, be frank, because Playwright is so much fast, right? But yes, we can use retry on the basically describe level. We can use the retry on the test level also. So totally depend actually, right? So if your test cases are flaky, right? So you can take the leverage of the retry. Even what you can do in the config level, you can set retry 1 or
Yes.
2. Right?
Yes.
You can set if someone feeling like my test cases are flaky, do one thing, simple, go to the config and just set there retry 1 or 2. Retry will run only in that case if the test case is flaky. If the test case is fail, it will retry again 1 time or 2 time, depend upon on your configuration actually.
Yes. So you
We can
just have
definitely
to...
yeah, we can take the benefit of retry if even if our test case are not flaky. If I put in my config file, then it not no harm actually, right? In case my test case fail, it will retry actually 1 time or 2 time.
Yeah, of course. If there's no failing test, then nothing will retry.
Nothing, yeah. We can
Yes.
put in the
So I think the answer is just set the number of retries in your config file.
right, number of retry in the config.
All right. Next, what is the advantage of using Playwright in API testing? Why should we use Playwright for API testing when we compare to others? I don't know what others like, but maybe some libraries for API testing.
Right. Actually, the reason is, be frank, I will tell you, the only reason, if same question, I mean, if someone asks to me actually, so the reason is only because in Playwright, I do not want to, first of all, I do not want to install some another framework, or I do not want to do automation, API automation in some another, using another library or another framework. If Playwright is giving me the capability, and if I can do API automation, then why I will go with the some other? And same, and other thing is like, all the things I can do with the API. If in case, if there is something that I cannot do with the Playwright, 2 or 3 or 4 things, then definitely I will go with the other framework, right? Or some other library. But with the help of Playwright, I can achieve most of my API automation. Then why I will go with the other? And it come as a bundle. I do not need to install different thing for that API automation. I can do with a single tool, API automation, accessibility, and visual, everything actually, and UI automation.
I totally agree. I would say the main focus of Playwright might not be API, it might be UI.
UI, yeah.
But for UI, if it is already using Playwright, then no need for an extra library for API testing. You can keep continue using Playwright. Alrighty, next. In API testing, why don't you use const API request context, Playwright request new context, and then work with the request methods?
I do not understand this question.
I'm not sure if you are able to see the screen, but there is a function here with an await keyword, which is Playwright request new context. So you are creating a context and then using the request methods.
In API automation?
Yes.
No, I am not creating the context. In API automation, is simply I have root page or root, and simply using. I never created new context for the API automation. API automation context I have created for that one actually, for the UI one.
Yes, the question is why aren't you using? But let's continue this just to save some time. Let's mark this, and if this does not answer your question, please
continue. Yeah, you can just put in Slack.
Yes.
Slack. You can
okay.
I will explain there.
How to do mocking with retry mechanism in Playwright?
Retry mechanism mocking. Actually, first my question is why we want to retry in mock API during mock API. Actually, I do not understand the question properly, but retry basically, I think if I understand question correctly, retry the same that we discussed few minutes back, right, Mr. That one, he was saying the same question, I think. So for mocking for API, I don't think we require the retry and all. But if you feel your API is failing or something, then definitely, as I mentioned in the config level, we can set the retry there. But I never feel, even I try in my project also, I never feel like API any API. I mean the mocking during the mocking or during the API automation, I need the retry option. Definitely, sometimes the response not come correctly. That I totally agree. But normally we use in the UI automation, right?
Mhm.
In API automation, we can definitely we can use in the config, we can keep there, but
Mhm.
I don't think we require retry for the API automation. In UI, I think UI for UI is fine, but if you keep, there is no harm in config file, we can keep there.
Yes. So if we understand the background of mocking, then we should be able to know that we don't need any retry for the mocks because it is already the response that we mean to return. We are not
Right.
waiting for a service for a response.
No, we are not waiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
But again, if you mean to ask something else, please let us know. But
Yeah.
normally, if you are using mocks, you don't need to retry.
Right.
Can third-party modules such as Next.Router also be mocked up?
Next dot.
Next.Router,
Hmm. This
like
question, actually, I had no
in
idea
general,
about this question.
third-party modules
Yeah,
can
I
we
have no
mock them?
idea. I never try, but I can give the answer by cross checking again. I mean, in Slack,
Sure,
I can do,
sure.
I can give. I have
Yes,
never tried
sure.
this.
Okay. All right. And last question about the first retry
But mocking for
question.
mocking, but I want to say one thing for the mocking. If the anything coming in your network or either the get call or post call, you can mock. Definitely, you can do actually. If that third party API is reflecting in your network call, is coming in your network call, right? And if you want to mock it, you can definitely, you have to try actually. Might be some for third party we have to do some thing extra, but at least you have to try actually, I would say. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay. About the first retry question earlier, in Cypress, some comments and assertions have built-in retry. Does it work the same, or it retries the test from the start? Okay, like you have to retry the whole test or specific lines or functions.
No, specific line. We have to retry for this specific line.
Okay, so you don't have to retry the whole test.
No. We don't need to require the complete test here.
Okay. If you have just one comment, for example, failing, you can reply the specific part.
Suppose it totally depend actually. Where you put your retry. If you put your retry on test level, then that particular test will run again, right?
Okay.
If you put your retry in the config level,
Mm.
right? I have to check it, but if I actually, I never be frank, I really use the retry. But yes, if you have put retry in your test level, and in that case, suppose the test case is failed, then it will again it will execute the complete test case. But yes,
Mm.
complete test suite will only execute if you have put your retry in the config level.
Mhm.
But I have to cross check this again. Actually, I'm not
Sure.
sure about that. Yeah, I have to cross check. But
Okay.
I know in case of retry, I think if I'm correct, it will try only retry only that part. Actually, it will not retry again the complete thing. Actually.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
this clears the first question. Like when they say how the retry algorithm works, they
Yeah.
mean like the whole test is retried or a specific part or comment.
Right. It totally, yeah, it totally depend actually. Right. If you put in
Okay.
the retry on the test block, then it will run only that particular test block. Right.
Okay.
So yeah.
I thought it was only test level, but if you
Yeah.
have some
Yeah.
experience, yeah, we can.
No, it tests only. You are right. It's only test level.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, we hardly use retry, we should be frank. We
Yeah.
hardly use it. Yeah. In
You don't
even
have to retry it, already passes.
no. Retry. What in place of retry, normally I try to put the assertions. Like suppose after login, I want to I am landing on my dashboard page.
Uh-huh.
Instead of retry, right? What I will do, I am normally use like visibility check, like should be
Mm.
visible or something like that, right? But we can take it, totally depend upon person to person. Like if they want to
Mhm.
use retry, then definitely they can.
Mhm. Pratik also wrote like Kailash is really writing very stable tests, so you don't need retry. But I mean, even if your tests are super stable, sometimes flakiness stems from the product, right?
Right.
So yeah, cool. Kailash, thank you very much. It was really very insightful. We had a lot of questions coming up, and you answered all of them. But
Right.
again, there are some more questions actually in the meeting chat, but we have to go with the next talk as well. Pratik is waiting over there. So please do the follow-up on Slack or reach out to Kailash on LinkedIn. But again, thank you very much, and you are always welcome to present in our events.
Thank you.